kids, it's time for another episode of KittyKatGaming with your host, Mortimer!
KitKatG! KitKatG! Yay!
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of KittyKatGaming. Today we are playing more Katawa Shoujo, and we met Lily, this American foreigner student who is blind. What is happening? For some reason the game just went backwards a little bit. I don't know how that happened. Okay, here we go. As I look over to the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh, the time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind, of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of the time. Sorry, Hisao, I don't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly moved to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you to where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it all right. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me, which they seem the habit of doing, it's all right. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. Great. As she stands up to follow me, she takes a hold of a straight, retractable cane that has been slipped into the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. This must be for support, where Lily's is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We slowly walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives me an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. To the left is the wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my old school library, with a distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old-world air. There doesn't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or in the dorms. Yuko, are you here? She says it to the thin air since the library doesn't seem to be present, and of course, Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Something under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Aww. What? Oh. The origin, apparently, the librarian quickly crawls out and bounces up to extreme rigid attention. Oh my god, she was sleeping under the desk? Oh, she's cute. Hi, Lily, how can I help you? Her voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon, what happened just now? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing, I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk while I was looking for it, and a pencil dropped, and while I was looking for both of them, you came in and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry, I couldn't know. It's okay, sorry for making you worry. This is nothing, I've had worse happen to me. She's quick to reverse Lily's apology, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Yes, worse things have happened. The girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, and then she shuffles some papers around the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look, she seems to be fit a librarian perfectly. Lily, did you get my message? Message. Oh, the two imported books that arrived. Right, they finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but I missed her celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure. She notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she so quickly shifts between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yuko. This is Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Pleased to meet you. Hisao, right? Hisao. Pleased to meet you too, Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget. Yeah, I hear if you say someone's name 3 times out loud when you're first meeting them, you won't forget their name. And I've tried this, and I still forget people's names. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. How is it any responsibility at all? I don't get, but her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. But, so there's a lot of books in Braille here? I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but at least looks slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or fourth of Yamaka Library is either in Braille or audio. Makes sense given all the blind students that'd be here. If it's only that, then how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. They spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve all of them. It's so troublesome and they weigh so much. I wish I could quit this job. Holy shit. A very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the aisles then if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I could have those books if it's all right. I could have those books if it's all right with you. My first impressions are right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I study the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and Braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lillian snuck in with us here, unless it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at the desk, either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone I recognize sitting on one of the several bean bags. Oh, it's the dark-haired girl from the class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. From the way she's acting today, I had her pegged as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of whys in my head. Intrigue floats slowly, but not surely, towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking towards the mysterious long-haired girl. I guess there's no harm introducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate, after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my book beside it. The girl starts looking scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see that part of her face, at least a third, if not half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconscious peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second, I am shocked and diverted my eyes into the book in her hands before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse. It takes too many seconds to collect myself and remember what I walked up to her for. Should we say, "Hi, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you," or "Hi, I'm new here, Hisao Nukai, we're in the same class"? I'm gonna go, "Hi, I'm new here. I just transferred here the other day. Maybe you don't remember?" I did a self-introduction, too. I'm still getting used to the place, so I'm trying to meet as many people as I can. So, what's your name? Hanako. Her speech is stuttering and so quiet that it's barely audible even in the still library. Somehow I don't think delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako, eh? So what are you reading? She gently tips the book backwards so that I can read the title at the same time hiding her face behind it. She must have noticed me staring before. Life of Pi? I've never heard of it before. What's it about? A boy and a tiger. On a boat. I can see this taking some time. Sounds interesting. Is it any good? She nods from the back of the book but stays silent. She looks kind of tense, a bit like Yuko earlier, but in a different way. More like petrified with terror, I'd say. Aw. Oh, she's shaking! So the mystery delinquent girl turned out to be anything but. She's quivering in a way that makes it look like she's mortally afraid of me. The only way out of this, as far as I can tell, is to try to get a normal conversation going. Is it a library book? I'm looking for new ones to read, but there are just so many. No, it's mine. Oh, so do you come here often? A huge, huge blush spreads across Hanako's face and her eyes widen for larger than I thought was possible for eyes to do. Uh-oh, did she interpret my lame attempt at small talk as a feeble attempt to pick her up? I mean, I don't mean it like that. I've gotta go do something. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she is nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see or notice a girl run past here? Maybe. What did she look like? Long, dark hair, kinda shy. She had, well, some scars on her face. You would be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear. Yuko, would you excuse me? I'd better try to find her. Sure. I'll just hold on to these books until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Right, I'll see you later then. Weird. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing, I just talked to her. Tried to get her to know her, didn't even manage to get started. Yuko sighs and looks awfully bothered, even more so than she did before. I guess you weren't wrong so much as tactless. Tactless? Wow, that's rude. That girl is a bit of a special case. It's like she never really talks to anyone. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder, it's just how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else I wouldn't be here. Perhaps I was being a little tactless after all. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casual only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking at like she wants to say something to that, but resists it. I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile and she blushes heavily. What? Did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us have anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desk really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing soon, but I do have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly, at least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't really say anything else and just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Wow. Well, next time on the next episode of Kitty Cat Gaming, we're gonna go back to our room and hopefully we'll find out what's going on with that girl with the dark hair and the scar on her face, because I'm kind of intrigued by her. I have a feeling that we're gonna really get to know her better throughout this story. But be sure to hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss the next episode, and I'll see you guys all then. Bye, everybody!